All right. Welcome to Tell to Trevor. I'm your host, Trevor Shelley, and today on my podcast I got
AR2, and it's your boy Dirty Cam, and that's Cam with a K, and we are the Russel Twins.
All right. What sparked your interest in professional wrestling?
So I would take this one. What sparked our interest was when we were young lads. We had one day we had no interest because we knew of wrestling until that day whenever our older brother Christopher showed us Chris Benoit jumping off of a steel cage doing a diving headbutt, and that completely took us away. And he started to show us people like Shawn Michaels, Batista, Triple H, Randy Orton, and as we continued to watch, we saw Elijah Burke, and seeing Elijah Burke gave us hope, and we was like, "Yo, like that there, this is what we want to do." Right. So yeah.
Who were your wrestling mentors growing up?
So wrestling mentors growing up. Well, watching wrestling on TV, we had, like you would say, a lot of mentors because we looked up to everybody. Well, one man that stood out, being the same color as us, because there wasn't a lot of people like us. That's the black color, right? Like us on television. So one man that stood out was watching ECW and seeing Elijah Burke. Elijah Burke, which is crazy that he happens to be our mentor today. So it's just a blessing to see how things come full circle. Yeah. And now we like bread and butter. You know what I'm saying? He teaches us and we go apply it. Yep. And like I said, it's been a blessing.
How'd you guys get started in the wrestling world?
So, I would say we got started wrestling by we started amateur wrestling in high school because of the interest of wrestling, because we felt it was something that was needed and required for pro wrestling. And then we got to pro wrestling, and it was a rude awakening. Oh yeah. So that though we used those things and apply it was just it was a complete 180. It was a 180. Right. So yeah.
What was your guys' first wrestling match like?
Ooh, so that's an interesting interesting story. First off, it came out of nowhere, right? Yeah. So we were at training one day, and we was training at Elevate Pro down in New Orleans, and our coach at our head coach at the time was Benjamin Wood. He wrestled for OVW, the original OVW when OVW was a developmental. He was coaching us, and he said, "Hey, I know you guys are looking for a match. We haven't debuted at this time." He said, "Hey, well, I'm gonna set you guys up. I got you guys set up for a match in Indiana." So we were like, "All right, cool." With no magic experience, no anything. It was crazy. It was a good experience because we was able to go on the road for the first time. A lot of people do that. We had the privilege to go on the road. A lot of people don't have that privilege to just go on the road off rip. We had that privilege to just leave, go with our boy Isaiah Zane, and it was a pretty cool experience. And that night, this is the crazy part about it. Who was still our mentor at the time was Elijah Burke, the Pope. We joined his live the day before when we touched base in Indiana, and we said, "Yeah, we're gonna be debuting today." He was like, "Oh, why didn't you guys tell me I was gonna be debuting today?" And I was just like, "Hey, we're telling you now, you know." And then it's like it'd be crazy if Pope, showed up. It was like, what? Nah, right? And then we got to the venue that next day, and I kid you not, a guy comes in a Michael Jackson jacket and a face mask on, a head cap on with glasses on. He walked in, and it was like everything went completely silent. So you ain't gonna give me a hug? Yeah. Turned out it was Pope, and that was a blessing in itself. Although we did often, right?
Yeah.
The fact that he flew out from Jacksonville, Florida to Indiana to come see us debut and to critique us and to teach us.
Mm-hmm.
And from then on out, still do it. It's just, man, the character. That's one thing we have been learning is becoming men, right? Yeah. Through the Level Out charity, which is the post charity. Y'all check it out. It's love-alive.org. Yep. So yeah, that was our debut experience. It's pretty cool.
Okay. What are your guys' goal for the future in wrestling?
Well, I got this. ACW. Yeah, that's great. Yeah, I mean, we have a lot of goals.
Mm-hmm.
But one of our major goals is to. Right now, we are working with All Caribbean Wrestling, and we've been traveling with them. We had the pleasure of being able to go to Jamaica and the Bahamas, and we plan on going to many more different of the islands. And our eyes are set right now on the All Caribbean Wrestling Tag Team Championships. Right. Um, they have some shows coming up, and we got our eyes on those. We're looking forward to it. Right. So All Caribbean Wrestling by the owner, Mark Henry. But it's made us step our game up. Yep. So our ultimate goal is WWE. Yes. Just throwing it out there for people that's going to see is our ultimate goal is WWE. But man, you gotta take baby steps to get there. And right now, the next step is the All Caribbean Wrestling Tag Team Championships, and we're gonna do whatever it takes to get those.
And then, how was it being on All Elite Wrestling a couple times?
Being on AEW was a surreal experience. It was the first time we've ever experienced something like that. Being able to wrestle in front of 10,000 people in our hometown, and to hear the people like actually chanting for us, it was just a very humbling experience, and it made us realize how much of an influence that we do have, and how we once used it for bad. But glory be to God, we definitely gonna start using it for good. Oh yeah. And it was just a true blessing, humble, but also there was a comfortableness about it. It felt like we were meant to be there, like we were meant to be on the main stage. It's like confirmation. Yeah, it felt like when we were there, I felt more comfortable there than in the independent shows. To be honest, in front of the tens of thousands, it was more. We had more energy, had more like this is just like, but this is where I'm like right now what I'm feeling. This is where I'm supposed to be, and there's some steps that we need to take to get there, but Lord's will by the grace of God, we'll be there. We'll be there soon.
Yeah.
And please, before we get to the next thing, just know that our eyes are set on being the greatest tag team of all time. And we say this now because yes, we're still new to the biz, but our whole goal, we want to get to the AEWs, we want to get to the WWEs, we want to get to Japan, we want to do all these things. We want to be, I would say, like the new World Warriors. When I say New World Warriors, I mean we're not big and crazy like the World Warriors, but I mean like we're not going to be compared to anybody. That's the thing. When I say New World Warriors, I'm not saying we are the World Warriors. I'm saying that our goal is to be better than the World Warriors. Our goal is to be better than the Rock and Roll Express. Our goal is to be better than FTR. Our goal is to be better than all of these tag teams. That when they look at us, the Hardys too. When they look at us, I want DRT to be in their own specific category. To where people are being like, hey, that team reminds me of DRT. So yeah, spin it out there.
Can you describe your wrestling personas or characters for people that have not seen you guys wrestle?
Well, I would say we don't have personas. We just be ourselves. We're just us, man.
Okay.
He has a temper, and I have to calm him down sometimes. You know what I'm saying? Me, myself, I'm a lot of times trying to calm him down. He's containing himself pretty well at this moment. So, you know,
I mean, you haven't really done anything to aggravate me, so it's fine.
Yeah, so you're in his good graces. So good. You're in his good graces. But what I'm saying, I make sure he's good, even though he's the older brother, you know. But the younger brother, you know, how God chooses the youngest sometimes. So I'm the youngest brother, so I'm making sure keeping him in check. But at times, his temper does get in the way of winning.
It only gets,
just let you know.
It gets to the point. It gets to a bad point whenever I see people putting their hands on my brother.
That's
right. Or anything that's unjust, like cheating in the ring. That blows me. And especially when it's on my brother. So it's different when it comes to family, man, or somebody that I care about or love. Man, nah, that's when we gotta. Unfortunately, that's when you see the other side of me. Yes. So,
can you guys share a memorable moment from your guys' wrestling career?
Yeah,
a lot of those.
Yeah.
Let's say memorable moments. Man, it'll have to be our Ring of Honor match. Yeah. Because the way the commentary spoke about us, shout out to Caprice Coleman. The way the commentary spoke about us and talked about our background, the way we were able to do what we were able to do in that match, it was just the stage we were on, the perfect opportunity to be able to just showcase who we are, right? And that's a blessing because a lot of people won't even get to experience that, you know. And I got a feeling that won't be the last time.
It's not the last.
It won't be. You know,
it was a blessing to be around those people. To share the locker room with those people. Everybody was so welcoming. Yes, everybody was so loving and kind. And it was just cool to be around those people, big brains, big minds, and just get that experience. So it was cool.
Let's see, can you describe the feeling of winning your guys' first championship?
Well, can I still go now?
It's 2.0.
Yeah. Yep. So honestly, the first time we won the title the first time we ever won the championship, it was completely out of nowhere and unexpected. And when it happened, it all happened so fast. We were maybe like, how many matches in at this point?
We were
maybe like 5 or 6 matches.
5 or 6 matches.
5 or 6 matches in of our career, and now we just get this title. And I'm thinking I was gonna be like crazy, ecstatic, and excited, but I just felt like, well, hey,
we were so shocked in the moment that we won the belt because it was such it was so out of nowhere. It was a last minute type thing, and we got there, and it happened. You know, so got paid $20, and we just did our thing. You know what I'm saying?
So we got the titles, and then we just looked at it as like hey, on to the next thing.
Yes,
let's go get some more. And then after that, we start racking up more and more and more, and
which leads to these.
Yeah, to these bad baby
Pro Wrestling 225 Tag Team Championships. What these mean to us when we talk about gold, man, winning gold in your home state. Man, look at that. Man. Look at that. We've been traveling so much. We've been traveling so often that we're able to now get a belt in our state. Yeah, man. So you see this trickle down effect when you win belts. Yeah. Glory be to God. Yep.
How do you guys handle the mental and emotional aspects of wrestling?
So the mental, I'm gonna go dive in on the mental. The best thing is we just stay away. We just stay separate, right? God said, "Be holy, for I am holy." Be set apart. I mean, what we don't, we just stay set apart. Yes, we converse, we have conversate with people. We able to talk to people and all these things, but in those situations, if something's getting too crazy or out of hand, or we just we backed off a little, and we just counsel among ourselves. So that and I find it to be easy because you stay out of drama, stay out of all this gossip. I'm not trying to be on no news sites or no anything, bro. I don't got time for it. Yeah, and then yeah, on that part, that's pretty much what we do. We just pray, you know.
And the wrestling part, that's just it can get a little stressful sometimes in the sense of like booking, you know, aligning the bookings correctly, make sure everything good.
Yes.
And make sure we got everything prepared for dates and stuff. So that could be a little stressful, but you know, ain't nothing like a good prayer to the Lord. So,
yes.
So you know, everything works out. So we have nothing to worry about.
And on the physical aspect, all we do is stay in the gym, eat right, and stretch. I have to say this often. Everybody, you are wrestling. Make sure you stretch. There's too many injuries in wrestling because of lack of stretching. Yeah, fact. Stretch, please. Please. All right. Please.
All right, guys. So we're gonna start this segment called Trev Shock.
All right.
All right, people. If you've not heard about it, for the newcomers on the show or fans, it is like Stone Cold's podcast where you have a set amount of questions, or if you're in a business meeting, you have your set questions and a time. All right.
Okay.
So you got 50 seconds to answer 6 questions.
All right.
I'll do you guys individually just so then it's more fair.
Yeah.
All right. So who wants to go first?
You go. I go for you.
Okay.
Thank you, Colin. I appreciate it. Thank you.
Pre-show snack.
Coffee.
Pre-show song.
Pre-show song. Oh, there's a lot of Charity Gale. What? Miracle.
Who's your favorite wrestler growing up?
That's so many.
Just name one, bro. Name one.
Shawn Michaels. Shawn Michaels.
Favorite sports team?
New Orleans Saints.
Duh.
Favorite color?
Green.
Favorite type of
Doing
music?
Gospel.
Gospel?
Yes.
All right.
Did we do this right? I think we did it wrong. Did we do it right?
I don't know. You got me sweating.
It was supposed to be 101.
See, that's what I'm thinking. See, look, he just hopped in. I don't know why he hopped in, but
I'm sorry.
look, it's fine though.
My fault. I thought we. All right, my fault.
Can we do it again?
Yeah, we can redo it again.
Oh, we
If
can.
you guys
Okay.
want.
Yeah.
So you asking him first, and then you.
Yes.
Like that. Got you. All right.
Yes.
Sorry.
All right. If the other one wants to get a phone, we'll run a timer.
Okay. Yeah, do that.
All right. Can I get 50 seconds on the clock?
Yes. We're gonna see how much we actually know each other.
Yes.
How about that? How not know each other, but how much we are alike actually.
All right. You got the timer set?
Yes, got it.
Okay. After I finish the first question, start the timer. Favorite pre-show snack?
So I would say my favorite pre-show snack is it's coffee.
Pre-show song.
What's the song? Yeshua. I don't know who the artist is, but it's a song called Yeshua. It's a gospel.
Favorite wrestler growing up?
Favorite wrestler, I would say, would be Shawn Michaels. Growing up.
Favorite sports team?
Sports team is the New Orleans Saints. Definitely, all the way.
Favorite color?
Favorite color would be green.
Favorite type of music?
My favorite kind of music would be gospel and gospel rap. You know? Yeah.
All right, and that was Trev Shock. So What were we at?
It was at.
I thought it was resetting every time, like reset.
Oh my god.
Reset. My bad. That's it. You said reset. You said time and then reset and then time and then reset the time.
No, he said start the time.
Oh, it started and paused and then paused. Oh,
It shows that we're not coachable.
my bad. But I am coachable. Just miscommunication. My fault.
All right, you ready for yours?
Yeah.
Yes.
Let me get the timer ready on this though, cause
okay.
I'm just cause. Let me see it.
Favorite pre-show snack.
Trail mix.
Favorite pre-show song.
Amazing Grace.
Favorite wrestler growing up.
Triple H, The Game.
Favorite sports team.
I can't say it now. Can't say it. The Hornets. Oh no.
Hornets.
All right.
Favorite color.
Purple. Most definitely.
Favorite type of music.
Gospel.
Okay.
All right.
What was the time on that? Okay. 9 seconds to spare.
Okay. Ooh, okay.
I will say it's convenient because this podcast airs usually a lot in Charlotte.
Yeah.
So, like, people go to me because I love getting the Carolina wrestlers a whole lot just to see what they would say about their favorite sports team.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
And it cracks me up when they go to the Panthers, and then you could just see my face just like, great. Because I'm a Seahawks fan, so.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. I'm 100% a Saints fan.
Yeah,
over here,
Saints fan.
Even though they did doo-doo this year. They did doo-doo.
You know,
I must still be a Saints. I'm still a Saints fan.
there's a saying that says, what is it? Don't put your pretty much don't trust in man, right? You know,
They gonna always
let you down, man.
Tell you right now.
The Saints, man, they make that
Perfect example.
perfect example, man.
On why not to trust me.
Yes, because every single time they let me down.
What are the biggest challenges of being a professional wrestler outside of the ring?
Woo. Man, and I'm gonna be honest. The biggest challenge would have to be just staying focused. There's so much things happening, outside of wrestling. And one of our main focuses is wrestling, but one of the main things is my relationship with Jesus. That's the main thing. So not in the middle, but while that being the forefront, we tend to get caught up in not only that, but also like paying bills and yada yada yada. So that stuff. So I would say that's the biggest challenge, but everything seems to be going pretty well. So I'm blessed.
How do you guys feel about the business side of wrestling and the shaping of storylines?
Personally, I feel like everything is going in a good route. Business wise, there's more opportunity for people in all places, and with the new joint thing that NXT and TNA, what WWE and TNA is doing is absolutely just mind blowing. Never heard of before. So everything seems pretty good,
Right.
And we just hope to be a part of it one day. We know people that are in both companies, so we just want to, whenever that opportunity presents itself.
We're trying to come to work. We're trying to clock in. Trying to clock in.
Get that.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. I did notice when that collaboration, if you noticed all the ex WWE stars that are signed to TNA, they right hopped on there. And I was like, I don't know what Triple H was thinking about that one. All the people that got let go, now just got their door reopened.
Yeah. Right. See, I actually think that's pretty smart. On my end, just because for one, it's the opportunity for more money to be made, and it's an opportunity for more people that deserve a chance on that platform to get that chance, and yeah, man, it's just I just think it's good all the way around.
Let's see. If you guys could wrestle any legendary wrestlers from the past, who would it be and why?
Oh, let me answer. I'll answer this now, man. If anybody knows me and my brother, we really love the Hardys. That's right, the Hardy Boys. Out of every tag team that is out there, out of every tag team that has existed, no other tag team has drew us in other than the Hardy Boys. So it'll be an honor, it'll be a privilege to be able to go two on two, brothers versus brothers against the Hardy Boys. Any place, anytime, anywhere. Like I said, that right there,
that would be
I'd retire. I'd retire.
Yeah. I wouldn't. We would not retire. Maybe take their spot, but we wouldn't retire.
Here, go ahead and finish what you guys were saying.
Oh, I said maybe take their spot, but not retire. Yeah.
Yeah. If you guys could attend a wrestling session from any wrestler, who would you guys pick?
What do you mean wrestling session?
Like seminars?
Everybody. Anybody who's been on the, everybody. We could take lessons and learn from everybody because everybody has something to give. In wrestling, you always learn something from everybody. There's people that I've learned things which I shouldn't, but learn things from somebody that is like that is extremely new to the business.
Right.
So they there's certain things they have experienced that I haven't experienced. And they could tell me certain things and I'll learn from it. So you can really learn from anybody.
Yeah. So we've been under seminars for like Low Key.
Yeah.
Josh the Goodwood.
Yeah.
Pope.
Yep.
And
many more.
Many people. So it's all Kenny King. It's just always an opportunity and a chance to you in this business. You can never always you can never not learn something. There's something new to learn every single day. So that's the question.
If you guys could if you guys could have a wrestling legend as your mentor, who would you guys pick?
Well, he ain't in the Hall of Fame, but I'm gonna say, to be honest, I don't know if this count as a legend, but he's a living legend, and I'm gonna go with Triple H. Not only do I respect the wrestling side, but I respect the business side as well, and how to he's running the WWE at this moment. So for anybody to be the mentor in this business, I mean, I would have to look no further than Triple H. So that's my honest opinion.
Okay. So, you guys, I have a universe on WWE 2K24 called the Shockverse.
Mm-hmm.
It's like your Monday Night Raw, your AEW, your SmackDown, TNA, NXT. So we have a world title, a tag title, mid card, cruiserweight, or hardcore title. Which ones would you guys go for?
I would say the tag titles.
Yeah, 100%.
Did I already answer? Yes. What is your opinions on the crossover events with other sports and entertainment industries?
I think we just kind of touched on that.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like you said crossovers with other companies. Yeah, so yeah, I think we touched on that. But I think it's pretty cool and it opens up opportunity. Definitely.
What advice would you guys give to an aspiring wrestler?
Ooh. So for an aspiring wrestler, see, I'm also not in charge, but I'm at the school called Slam Academy, Slam Sports Entertainment down in Fairhope, Alabama. So, and I give this advice to them all the time, just because we see a lot of people come in and then they quit. All I have to say is just give it your all and don't quit. If you don't quit, just give it your all and don't quit. For one, you're gonna fail. You gotta expect failure. Just don't quit. Hulk Hogan said he went in there and they broke his arm. I think it was broke his arm the first day he got in there. And he kept coming back. And he kept coming back. And he kept coming back. And he's Hulk Hogan. Talking about Hulk Hogan right now it's not the appropriate time. But at the same time, what I'm saying is just that alone. For me and my brother, if we was to quit, we wouldn't be able to. We wouldn't be where we're at right now. And we barely even scratched the surface. So I'm saying, like, just staying consistent and just pushing past the pace, because the opportunity can show up out of nowhere.
Right. Also, what is your driving factor?
Right.
What is driving you to move? Is it for fame, fortune, all these things? If you're looking for that, that's what you're not gonna get. Fame, fortune, and money, and all this other stuff. But if your goal is on something positive, on something good, on something bigger than wrestling, meaning something like changing the world, or even becoming the best wrestler, that is whenever you will have like the right drive and motive to do
to keep pushing.
Yeah, to keep pushing. Right.
Can you guys talk about a feud that helped you guys grow as wrestlers?
I'm gonna say like back in the day, watching John Cena and Randy Orton. Man, I would say typical babyface and heel, but I wouldn't even say that. It was, I mean, it was, but it was so like it had me captivated. You know what I'm saying? It had me invested, and just seeing how grimy Randy Orton can actually be, and then seeing how just so much of a good guy John Cena could be. It really it helped me to understand what's what, right? Like psychology wise.
Okay. So basically talking about the same question, it's like for me, not for me, like a feud that you guys had
Oh, a
that
few that
helped
we
you.
had. Got you. I'm sorry. So I'd say I would feud with Culture Inc.
Culture Inc.
Yes, Culture Inc. is the tag team from Florida. They out in Reality Wrestling right now with Booker T. We this is early on in our careers. It kind of helped us because they started it before us, and we were all young, and we had a match at Fighting Evolution Wrestling, and that match caught some traction, like, and people wanted to see it.
And it motivated us. It helped us because we realized that if we really want to be in this business, we got to learn how to go.
Right.
So we really got to push the pace, and we got to not hold back. So that kind of helped us and elevated us to know what to expect later on. But we had some crazy matches. So,
Yes.
So yeah.
What was it working with a tag team that you guys really clicked with in the ring?
I'd say Fly. We can say Fly Death, we can say Culture Inc., but I'm gonna go with the Hosey Bros.
Okay.
The Hosey Bros out in SWA. Mm-hmm. I'd say they
it was immediate.
Yeah, it was like an immediate thing. They're kind of bigger. They're on the bigger side, and those guys can move. I'm not even gonna sit here and lie. And I wasn't expecting it. And every match we have, dude, they're really good at listening to the crowd, and they're really good at just focusing on not the match, but focusing on the people. Like, what does the people want? And if people can work like that, cause that's similar to how we work, And I want, man, like, if you're able to do that, we're able to have some fun. So the Hosey Bros definitely got that.
Can you guys describe your guys' training process and what was the most challenging part of learning to wrestle?
What do you? Oh, training process, like starting out, right?
Yeah.
Oh, well, you said what was the hardest part?
Yes.
Well, what it was like was it. Remember what I said about that amateur wrestling?
Yeah.
So I'm happy that we were able to do that, because if we hadn't, I mean, it would have been a horrible, horrible, horrible thing. So because we had, that amateur wrestling experience, we were able to, whenever we started, to like really push past the barriers when we were there training. Like I remember the first day, they thought we all cheated.
Yeah,
They thought we cheated the workouts because of
we ended so quick.
because we ended so quickly, but that's because we just ran through them things. And it's not a knock on the workouts or anything. It's just it was just that work ethic that we had and that we still have to this day. But it was very challenging though. Uh, you know, and I can see how it could be challenging for somebody, especially if they don't have a background in anything. It could have a real mental toll. Well, yeah, a toll on your mental for real, for real.
Yeah.
I'd say the hardest thing was being adjusting to the politics of wrestling. The politics, you you really have to really like learn how the business side works, right? We all love wrestling, but when you reach to the business side, is a whole different ballgame. So getting adjusted to that and understanding what's really what, then you're like, okay, yeah. So there's a breaking down process, and then there's a building up process after that. So,
What brings you guys joy outside of the ring?
well, that's an easy one.
Jesus Christ. So, God, there was once a time where me and my brother, we were both living in a bad way, a horrible way. There was a time where we had no hope, we had no joy, we had no nothing. There was no purpose for life. But there was a time where we started to really seek God, and just truly seek Him. And as we started to seek Him, God says, "If you draw near to me, I'll draw near to you." And we repented of our sins.
Yes.
We realized that we were sinners. We repented of our sins, and God came to us and changed our lives like never before. And now, look at India, man. Look at India.
What's up
bro.
with the connection today?
That's crazy.
Is it gonna?
That's crazy.
Is your Wi-Fi on?
Yeah. Yes.
Oh.
Back to what you guys were saying.
What?
Can you guys repeat your guys' answer for that question?
Can you? We can't see you.
Well, all right. Is that better?
So what?
Can you guys repeat your question? I mean your answer.
Yes. Yes. So, what brings us joy? Outside, which is the easy question. I would say it's Jesus Christ. We have. There was once upon a time, me and my brother, we both were living in a bad way. I mean, we were out there, bro. We were in the streets, man. We were in there. We were out there doing the craziest of things. And it's just at that time we had during those times we had like this strong conviction. We started to feel bad about the things that we were doing, and we realized our need for a savior. We repented of our sins, and God came to us, and He changed our lives ever since.
And it wasn't at no church. It wasn't, it wasn't like that. It wasn't in a holier than thou place. It was in a place where you least expected, right? And that's how you know it wasn't us that did it. It was Him. He came to us and pulled us out of that.
Mine was in the driveway. I was in the driveway. And ever since then, though we stumble, though we fall, we know that we could fall on the grace of God and His love, and we just know we could cast all our cares and worries onto Him, and He'll give us that peace, that surpasses all understanding. And there's just a joy knowing that what we do in this life doesn't really. I mean, it matters. It does matter, but that what we do in this life isn't anything compared to what we will experience in the next life. Right. So that hope of what's to come is our joy. Right.
Okay. So what was your guys' favorite gear that you guys have ever gotten made?
Ooh, that's easy. The pink. We have this pink gear that we have. It was actually made by accident because we wanted a different material, and the guy was like, "Man, look, uh, we he first off he was late on it. You know what I'm saying? He was late. It's not burying him. I'm not burying him, but he was late, and we was like, okay, man, we need it by this time. And then he said, okay, well, I only have these three materials. And we was like, bro, all right, man. And our hair at the time was pink and half blue. So we was like, man, you know what? Let's just go with the pink gear. And I tell you, that was the best decision ever made. So I'll tell you right now, that gear is fire. Every time we put it on, we wore it to AEW and Ring of Honor the second time around in AEW in Orlando. Then we wore it in AEW and then Ring of Honor. Almost said reality, but yeah, man. Every time we wear it, we constantly get compliments, and it's cool.
All right, and the final question for you guys: where can they find you guys on social media?
You already know. It's you can find us on Instagram as the Russel Twins. That's DA Russell Twins.
RUSSELL
Wins. And then you got follow us on YouTube. Same thing. The Russel Twins. Yeah. And you can follow my personal as k.russell123 on Instagram. I'm mainly on there if you want to catch me. If you want to catch me on Facebook, it's Cameron. That's Cameron with a K. Cameron Russell on Facebook.
And mine's on Instagram is Allen Russell 939. That's ALLEN Russell 939. And it's the same thing on Facebook. So yeah.
Also, you can find us on God Talk. That's another YouTube channel we have. It's called God Talk. When you see that logo, you know you're there. So
yep.
That's that.
I will definitely be checking that out right after this episode.
Okay, bet.
All right, guys. This is my little favorite closing segment. Thank you guys for being on Tell to Trevor.
Thank you.
And then thanks to the sponsors of Wrestling Evolution and TBD Wrestling on the Carolinas.
Bet.
They have their first show in April. And then fans, we are doing a t-shirt contest, and wrestlers are welcome to enter in it. It will be on the website once I get the website fixed. We have 5 designs. Right, the winners are chosen randomly, so we have 5 different designs made by a professional company. So,
bet.
See you guys next time on the next episode with Bojack.
Bojack.
Yes.
Bojack.
Which I love talking to that man. Anytime I get to talk to him. If it's at WrestleCade or anytime DPW comes to Charlotte or anywhere I see him on the roads.
Yeah. We're looking to be on DPW as well, man. That's the goal. One of these days.
All right.